Well, the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, says he's working on a plan to get oil tankers moving through the Strait of Hormuz. It comes as Iran vows to block all Gulf oil through the vital shipping corridor while the war with the U.S. and Israel drags on. The CBC's Anna Cunningham is in London tracking this story for us. She joins us now live. So, Anna, let's start with a look at that plan from the French president and what he's proposing here.
Yeah, well, the aim of this is to give military escorts to container ships and tankers, taking them through the narrow Straits of Hormuz. Now, President Emmanuel Macron, we know, has already increased French military deployments to the area, to the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea and the Straits of Hormuz that you're looking at there. There's about a dozen French warships now en route. We saw President Macron in Cyprus on Monday. Remember the British RAF base there was attacked from Iranian-made drones. He says that along with French naval vessels, we do know that there are Spanish who are deploying vessels as well, the Netherlands sending warships, Greece and the UK. Now, President Emmanuel Macron described this as unprecedented. We can see him there. He's been on a French aircraft carrier, the Charles de Gaulle. He was meeting with his Cypriot and Greek counterparts and meeting naval officers on board. We did, interestingly, hear when he was in Cyprus, Emmanuel Macron said that when Cyprus is attacked, Europe is attacked, because remember, Cyprus is an EU member state. Geographically, it's the closest they have to the Middle East. But he has maintained that this operation in the Strait of Hormuz is a defensive mission.
Now, Anna, Iran remains defiant in its war against the U.S. and Israel. What is it saying about this plan to reopen the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, we've heard from Iran's national security chief responding directly to this plan being led by France. And let's take a look at what Ali Larijani has posted on social media today. He says it is unlikely that any security will be achieved in the Strait of Hormuz in light of the fires of war ignited by the United States and Israel in the region. Now, Arthur, he goes on to suggest that those planning this were not far from supporting the war and contributing to fueling it. Interestingly, today we've seen some comments from the German Foreign Affairs Minister, Johann Wadephul, saying that he's highly confident the US and Israel are ready for diplomatic solutions, but he's not seeing that from Iran at the moment, Arthur.
And Anna, finally, you've also been getting an update about British defensive operations in the Middle East. What can you tell us on that front?
Yeah, look, briefly, the Brits are involved in those defensive operations. Typhoon and F-35 jets are operating over Jordan, Qatar, Cyprus. We know 3 days ago, F-35 pilots shot down Iranian drones over Jordan. Typhoons have done the same thing as well over Qatar. And the British MOD just confirming to us a short time ago, there's been a number of incidents, they say, of drones heading towards coalition forces in Iraq. The British MOD says that a ground-based British counter-uncrewed aerial system, I'll put that into normal non-military speak for you. It's basically a weapon, for example, a missile, has taken out a drone. That's happened a number of times over Iraq that was heading towards coalition forces. So the Brits as well, though, saying that they are acting defensively.
Anna, thank you for the latest on this. That's the CBC's Anna Cunningham in London.